Okay, let's talk about the appraisal addendum or appraisal waiver addendum. This is kind of a fairly new uh, addendum that has been introduced by the Texas Real Estate Commission because they did this to compete or combat real estate agents who were actually practicing law by writing verbiage within the contract about, the buyer will agree to pay so much if the appraisal doesn't come in. They're agreeing to do this, that, and the other thing. And so they were finding a lot of buyers agents, real estate agents, were technically practicing law by writing this verbiage themselves. So the Real Estate Commission has come up with this addendum, and basically there's three options that are offered within this addendum. You have what they call a full waiver, meaning I don't care what this house praises for, I'm buying it, and if you're getting a loan, um, I am going to make up the difference in the form of additional down payment or extra cash to make up the difference between what my loan amount is and what the contract price is. So, in other words, the house is listed for 300,000, you offer 350,000, and the house appraises for 290,000. Now you've got a $60,000 delta. You got to make that up, some of that up in cash form. You're saying that I don't care what it appraises for, I'm going to bring the cash to the table on that. The other two options, one is it has to appraise for, I will bring the additional money if it appraises for this amount, on top of other lender requirements that you're willing to waive that appraisal. And so you need to understand this document. Trust me, a lot of real estate agents still don't understand how this document works. So make sure you understand this form if you're going to use it within an offer. Uh, Unfortunately, we're seeing it's a very common thing right now in a multiple offer situation, and a seller is going to expect it, even if you're not even offering over full price, if you're just offering list price. um, your sellers are expecting to see this right now because what's happening is sellers are seeing how the market condition is, and they're typically listing the house higher than probably what the market is currently reflecting, hoping that due to scarcity out there, that you're going to offer that list price. Well, the house still may not appraise for what the seller thought it was worth. So they're expecting to see this waiver in their on those offers as well. And then, of course, you're going to have to provide it if you're going to go over list price and offer more. Well, they're going to want to say, okay, well, you're offering me more than what I really want or what I'm asking for it. So I got to make sure that if it doesn't go for what you're buying it for, that you're going to pay for it if, per se, if it doesn't appraise. So it works in conjunction with the third party financing addendum that your real estate agent will complete if you're doing a loan. So just all I can say, if you're going to use this form, number one, make sure your real estate agent understands it. Number two, make sure you understand it. And just use a lot of caution when using this. I have seen people get into a lot of trouble using this form. And the other thing that a seller may say is that if you're offering to make up that appraisal shortage, they're going to want to see a bank statement that shows that you have the money in the bank to make up that amount. So be prepared for that as well. Okay, well, as we're winding this down, I hope I'm giving you some great pointers. One of the last things I want to talk to you about is what we call in the industry is love letters, and the pros and cons of that. And there's a lot of people out there that don't like those, but let's talk a little bit about